I'm medically transitioned. You cannot misgender me. It is wrong. And everyone that has done that in the past, I will fucking call you transphobic because you're a bitch. So, anyone that wants to like be on my side, I love you, thank you. But I'm saying how it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go through my GP. I've been given some advice, so that's what I'm gonna do next. I now know where to get blood tests now, so I now know I can get blood tests at that place forever now, which is great, because then if I go on hormones, I can always have regular blood tests to make sure I'm all right in my, blood. And to test see how much estrogen I have and testosterone, so it's great stuff. Which is great. I'm very happy. I'm gonna start that tomorrow, because obviously they're all shut now. But yes, I'm very excited, so if you think I'm lying, you can fucking go away. I don't really give a fuck. I'm doing this for me. Thank you very much. I don't care about TikTok. I'm just doing this for people that have always been there for me, and they've been very patient in the fucking journey. I get that. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. You have an internet and info session. Well, I've been to an appointment. They've told me the advice for what to do, and that's what I'm doing. So yes, that's what I'm doing.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So we got Elphaba allegedly, supposedly has been going forward in the transitioning process by going to an appointment, or so they want us to think, allegedly. On the subreddit UK TikTok behaving badly, a person by busy_elk_1638 has a different viewpoint on what is going on, and I'd like to put this out there. So let's take a read of exactly what's going on and see if we can put two and two together. Now, once again, I'm sure you've seen the videos. If you haven't, I've posted one clip at the beginning of this video, and I will post at least another clip at the end and maybe another one in the middle of this video, but we're gonna start right now. So the Elphaba appointment, I did the searching of dates, etc. 5 weeks ago, EOD said they had a boil in their region. 4 weeks ago, 2nd of April, EOD went to go and get bloods done. At the time, I said definitely an STI check due to the boil, but also they were given a plaster. 4 weeks to the day, 30th of April 2025, EOD has a second blood test, was given a plaster, and this was at 56 Dean Street Clinic. The door photo that EOD put up matches Google Images. Interesting. I've narrowed it down to EOD was given treatment for syphilis 4 weeks ago, and yesterday's appointment was to make sure the treatment worked. They can diagnose syphilis if a boil is present, so would have treated EOD there, and then on 2nd of April, bloods were taken on that day to check the level of infection. So bloods yesterday would be to confirm the numbers had gone down. Of course, if you don't know, you go in, you get your stuff done, and then 2 to 4 weeks later for syphilis, you're actually supposed to come back. So it kind of matches up with this whole, 2nd of April versus the 30th of April thing. But I digress. My reasoning for this was EOD appointment was 10 minutes, and in that 10 minutes they had a blood test. There's no way this would be to talk about gender-related care. Those appointments are way longer. That actually makes a lot of sense. EOD just picked up leaflets to make sure it looked like they attended a gender-related appointment. I mean, insidious, devious, really. But I don't rule this out for Elphaba. Elphaba is a person that is sociopathic. Now, a lot of people might use that word a lot, but truly extremely sociopathic. They will lie as if nothing has happened. They will tell you untruths as if nothing has happened, and then they will do an apology that's not really much of an apology, it's just that they got caught, right? I just think this is now a scam at this point. EOD knows exactly what they're doing and knows it's misleading people. This isn't an innocent misunderstanding, or am I completely wrong? To me, in my opinion, I don't think this person's completely wrong, but can we prove this 100%? No, but this is actually very probable. highly probable, to be frank. So we got some comments here. I don't think you're wrong at all. And then they show about the medical treatments for syphilis, that a course of antibiotic tablets, if you cannot have the injection, this will usually last 2 or 4 weeks depending on how long you've had syphilis. And it says you should avoid any kind of that activity or close that contact with another person at least 2 weeks after your treatment finishes. Okay. And then the app goes, yep, there were posts made of someone called Latex Daddy who basically exposed them using that app. I saw a few creators with screenshots. Apparently the address matched up. They didn't dox the address. Okay, so people are confirming that that address that was Elphaba's going to is actually for something else. Who would have thought? Who would have? Well, I think a lot of people. I only know about syphilis as A&E thought my severe migraine was the result of neurosyphilis. Untreated, it will attack the brain, of course. I was fainting sick, speech was slurred. I had brain fog and lost parts of my vision. So obviously I sat waiting and Googling neurosyphilis, convinced myself in 30 seconds I was going to be poorly for the rest of my life. But my ex was convinced I had been tested twice within my relationship with him and before I met him. Turns out my tests were clear, so they put it down to migraines. But that experience made me super scared of getting an STI. I now religiously test every 3 months, even in relationships. I test well. That actually makes a lot of sense. Lantern Corpse fan says you're definitely not wrong. Even if it was just a consultation, there's no way any consultation would take 10 minutes. Yeah, it's not really gonna take that quick, 5 or 10 minutes. That's too much of a short of a time. That's not even long enough to say your hellos. Like, what? Why are people falling for this? Like, what is the track record with EOD? The track record with EOD is constantly saying they have appointments, they're this, they're that, and then it never happens. There's no forward progression in the transitioning process. This has been happening even if in my short tenure. I've noticed that there's never any forward progression. It's always, I'm going to this appointment. Okay, I got the pills. Now I'm gonna take the pills, but they never do anything after that. Then it goes backwards to getting an appointment and doing this and doing that. Lantern Course fan continues, could also be that E just did a random STI STD test to give the illusion, or they tested my blood. Remember, E needs to continue to sell the lie because it's all they've got. So while we're not idiots and see right through it, Scamphaba is delusional and desperate and will do and say what she can to keep it going. So if that means waving around pamphlets as proof and calling anyone transphobic who doesn't believe her, then that's what that scammer is going to do. Yeah, I honestly believe that. So Alpha's _ skitty _ boxer says this flowerpot had this consultation, then various other processes would have taken place before. Medical records would have to be shared, and the recent hospital ambulance episode would have shown up. The previous self-harm mental health episode would show. No doctor in their right mind would allow any transition with this going on. That is actually pretty fair. Flowerpot now claims that they now have a counselor, but that would have taken place before the bloods and consultation, because let's not forget Flowerpot has claimed to have a counselor a number of times. Their concerns would be that Flowerpot keeps moving around and therefore no proper counseling sessions could take place unless we count the one that went out for a drink and could see all the hate, etc, etc, etc. That leaflet has been picked up because they share the same building as the sexual health clinic. Another thing that confuses me, Flowerpot claims that they have had to run because they nearly missed their appointment, yet was in an Uber. That would definitely have been sight to see. And one last thing, for such an important appointment like that, wouldn't you have got ready hours before the appointment and be making sure that you arrived early? You would be nervous and everything, but no Flowerpot spent their time on TikTok, which makes all the sense. I mean, people, take from this what you will. I'm just saying that this has been happening over and over and over. The moving around to different places, not having proper consultation, if at all any consultation. a numerous amount of things have been happening, which makes this whole thing seem as if it's just false. And plus, it's Scamphaba, right? A person that is, in my humble opinion, extremely sociopathic. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Have a great one. Tell me what your thoughts are on this whole entire situation. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and be good.
Now I got your attention. Thank you very much. Okay, so I went in. I was 1 minute late. They were fine with it. I was like, thank fucking God. Right, so I waited for like 2 minutes. That's when I took the photo. I was like, hi, yeah. I went in, and basically, what happened is he told me they basically offer blood tests. So like, because a lot of people self-medicate. How many trans people are watching me right now? Where are my trans siblings? You know what that means. If you don't know what that means, it's basically self-medication is when you DIY hormones, when the wait lists are too long. So that service is basically for, basically to test people regularly on what hormone levels and stuff like that. So I had a blood test, and all I have to do is just basically wait for my results and see if I can, how high my levels are in testosterone. Then I got given these leaflets. It's a guide to getting hormones. He told me a lot of helpful information. He did say it's going to be harder for you to get hormones due to the new law put in place, which is fucking great. Yeah. So it's going to be harder for me to get hormones because of the law, but that's fine. I want to stop. Anyway, I was given all this. Basically, I've been looking, I was thinking, I would probably either get patches or gel, because if I get a gel, it would be easier for me. But basically, all I have to do, right, is get myself referred to a gender identity clinic with my GP, right? And then I've been given something saying that apparently I can ask for basically a prescription while I'm waiting for it, so I could get like hormones while I'm waiting for that referral to the gender identity clinic due to the wait lists. There's different GPs out there that are friendly and they're not friendly, so it kind of depends on my GP, how they feel. So it basically says, ask your GP to refer you to the NHS gender identity clinic. Once seen by the GC, they can prescribe hormones, obviously. Whilst we're on the waiting list, they can prescribe a bridging prescription for harm reduction reasons. So that's it, really. I'm officially on that system now, which is good. So I have a special number. I'm not saying that. I'll never say that. But I'm on the system now for medically transitioning. So anyone, if I put facts in the chat, if you misgender me, you're transphobic, and that's a fact. On how to get them. I'm just giving a leaflet on how to get them as well. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's very helpful. But yes, I'm officially on that system now, which is good. So I have a special number. I'm not saying that. I'll never say that. But I'm on the system now for medically transitioning. So anyone, if I put facts in the chat, if you misgender me, you're transphobic, and that is a fact, bitch. I mean it. You want to say you support the trans, but now you have to. I've shown you proof, bitch. I'm medically transitioned. You cannot misgender me. It is wrong. And everyone that has done that in the past, I will call you transphobic because you're a bitch. So, anyone that wants to like be on my side, I love you, thank you. But I'm saying how it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go through my GP. I've now been given some advice, so that's what I'm gonna do next. I now know where to get blood tests, so I now know I can get blood tests at that place forever now, which is great, because then if I go on hormones, I can always have regular blood tests to make sure I'm all right in my, blood. And to test how much estrogen I have and testosterone, so it's great stuff. I'm gonna start that tomorrow, because obviously they're all shut now. But yes, I'm very excited, so if you think I'm lying, you can go away. I don't really give a I'm doing this for me. Thank you very much. I don't care about TikTok. I'm just doing this for people that have always been there for me, and they've been very patient in the journey. I get that. But yeah, 1 second. It's very hot. Sorry, just I'm dying. An internet and info session. Well, I've been to an appointment. They've told me the advice for what to do, and that's what I'm doing. So yes, that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been told by professionals. Thank you very much. Had my bloods done today, as you see. Thank you very much. What more proof do you want at this point? Out! Out, my chat now. Out, you out! Shoot!